Hello, and welcome to the Royd Review Podcast, hot and fresh. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And we are back once again this week talking about Thunderbolts asterisk. Andy.
Asterisk.
Yeah, I'm well, Andy. Thank you. How are you? We're off to a roaring start.
Yeah, I'm in your head, Rob.
You're in my bread. Get out of it. Oh, that's my fault. I baked you into it. It's the bread of Christ. Andy, is Jesus Christ our Lord? Amen in heaven. Who art thou, Father?
That's wow. Robbie, I love it when you quote scripture.
You get you going?
Yeah, just some about it, you know.
Yeah, I
it's
get
not
it.
a sexual thing. I just, you know.
Yeah.
It's a sexual thing.
Was I quoting scripture or just saying words?
What's the difference?
There's a big difference. I mean, yeah, because you can actually quote it. It's written down.
The scripture is just words, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's just words.
Exactly.
We're doing just words.
It's true.
The dictionary is just words. That's literally all it is.
Therefore, this is scripture.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Andy.
Yeah.
Do you know what we're here to talk about?
Is it scripture?
It's not. It's Thunderbolts.
Yes. Thunderbolts asterisk.
Yes. Although some people might think the MCU is scripture at this point.
Probably, yeah.
It is some people's religion.
Yeah, people love it. And you know what? I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it. One guy came to my theater dressed as the Winter Soldier. He even had the metal arm.
That's pretty cool. You know, I always when it comes to like cosplayers and stuff, I admire it. I could never do it. I don't think I have the stones.
I don't think you have the ass for it. You gotta be thick.
Yeah, but I just don't have the I don't have the gall to be like, I don't have the confidence to walk around like that and like with my head held high. You know, I'd be like, oh man, don't look at me.
I think if you were going to a con, you'd be able to do it.
I don't know.
Really?
Did you see some of those people's costumes? They're like incredible.
Yeah, but they're not going to judge you.
I know. It's a pretty judge-free zone. I also don't really have the want to do that.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like, I'd go to a con, but I just wear like a Batman shirt or something.
You could do that.
Yeah.
And everyone would look at you and be like, oh, look at this guy really half-assing it.
Yeah. I'd be like, I lost my other ass cheek in a fire.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then they'd feel bad. But, I mean, it's cool. It's cool, like, that it's cool that, like, when, let's say we were younger, like, middle school.
I was born this
even
age.
High school. Really?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this age.
But like it wasn't cool to like this stuff.
No, it wasn't cool to like anything.
Right. Like if you showed passion in anything, people were like fucking losers. Like,
yeah.
All right. But like
and that's how things should be.
Yeah. Put
people
ham
should
on
be
your peaches.
Bullied for their interests.
Yeah. But like it's cool now to see that this is cool. I don't know. It's I like it.
Yeah. It's not cool that it's Disney.
No, but you know what? You know what? I think this one's different.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Andy, how was your theater experience? Bless you.
Thank you. The Lord just left my face. My theater experience was pretty cool. How's that for podcasting, Rob?
That's awful. Let's take that again. Andy. Yeah. Andy, what was your theater experience like?
It was cool. We went to the Cheesecake Factory right before.
Nice.
It's right by the theater.
Okay.
So we went to the Cheesecake Factory, and I got a bacon mac and cheese burger.
And then you also got explosive diarrhea because it's the Cheesecake Factory.
I sure did, brother.
Yeah.
I sure did. And the fucking the waitress came over and was like, "Any room for dessert?" I was like, "No. Look at the thing I just ate." It's like 7,000 calories. And she was like, I'm just doing my job. I was like, get out of my face.
The last time I went to the Cheesecake Factory, I got food poisoning, and I never went back. That was 15 years ago.
Damn. Similar thing happened to me at KFC. Got KFC in high school. Got food poisoning. Never been back.
I said, don't you ever speak bad about KFC.
I wouldn't if they didn't poison me.
They are a loyal sponsor.
Are they?
No,
Robbie,
no.
Where's that money?
I've been keeping the funds.
You dog. My theater experience was pretty cool. It was pretty packed by me. People were enjoying their viewing of this. At the end of it, they clapped.
Really? Like
Yeah.
cheeks?
Yep. Everybody just started fucking. Dude, it was crazy.
Oh,
It was
that's
crazy. I got VD.
disgusting. What?
I got VD.
Andy, who did you fuck?
I didn't fuck anyone. It was just being in the vicinity of it.
Oh, okay. That's
Just airborne.
just,
Airborne
just
VD.
airborne. Yeah, I don't think that's
Yeah.
how that works, but that's a good excuse to use with your wife.
You know what I'm saying? She was there. So.
Honey, it was airborne. I don't know how it happened.
Well, she was like, I was there too. And yeah, I got it too. So I
Oh
believe
my
you.
God.
Well, Robbie, how was your theater experience?
It was good. How's that for podcasting? No, it was nice. We got there early because I wanted to see the trailers, and it was already a good amount of people in there.
Yeah.
What was nice is we were able to buy the tickets like the day before. We saw it the Thursday night. I really enjoy the Thursday night showings.
Yeah. That's where you get the real fans,
Yeah, the real nerds, the real losers.
the real virgins.
Yeah, that's why I went. And like I said, everyone except Laura and I were dressed in some sort of Marvel getup.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, shit, okay. And yeah, everyone seemed to like the movie. When we were walking into the theater, we knew there were people who were going to the same showing we were because they looked at the poster and they went, well, Taskmaster's definitely dying. Look how small she is in the poster. And I'm like,
Yep.
I was like, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was nice. It was a good theater experience. Had some popcorn. You got to have popcorn. What'd you get? What was your snack of choice?
I didn't get a snack because I had Cheesecake Factory before.
Oh, that's right. The explosive diarrhea.
Right.
Yeah,
I was
had-
gurgling. I was gurgling throughout.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Here's a mortifying thing. I have an alarm on my phone just to remind me to feed the dog every night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't usually forget to feed the dog. I'm talking to people who are watching. I don't usually forget to feed the dog. It's just a little reminder to check his food bowl to make sure there's food.
Of course.
in it. I'm looking directly into the camera for this.
A horse, of course.
But that alarm went off during the showing, and I was absolutely mortified.
Wow.
Yeah, some guy threw a knife at me.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Are
Yeah.
you okay?
yeah, he missed.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Laura's in the ER.
Oh my goodness gracious
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Got no larynx anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. Got no Lair Sphinx. I don't know. I don't know. It was just, I tried something, and it didn't necessarily work. It didn't necessarily work. That's really good English, Rob. You're crushing it today. Thanks, Rob. All right. These are my buddies, my assistants, my hands. Hello. Hello. What do you think of that? I forgot
I'm
we're
concerned.
recording, and now I'm losing it. I'm losing it,
frankly, Frankly, Robbie, I am concerned.
Andy. Andy.
What trailers did you see, Robbie?
That is an excellent question. The first one I got was this movie, The Last Rodeo, about bull riding.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
That movie's gonna do gangbusters.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's a
Does
fucking...
it got hot people?
No, because all these dads are gonna go to see it.
Yes. Oh, speaking of dad movies, I
Uh-oh.
got that Formula One movie with Bradley Pitt.
Okay.
That's a dad movie.
What about Formula 2?
That'll be the sequel.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they'll name the movie 1. They usually don't do that.
Yeah, unless they're positive that it's going to be a franchise.
What's the actual name of the movie, though? Is it just called
Formula One?
Oh,
I
really?
believe, or F1. F1.
It's Fast and the Furious. It's just Fast 1.
That's just Fast and the Furious.
It's a reboot. We're doing Family 1. I also got Jurassic World Rebirth, which is just Black Widow on the Isla Sorna.
Yes, I got that as well.
Looks awful.
That I think we talked about this before.
We
but
have.
that line of he's like, oh yeah, they're traveling in packs or whatever, and she's like, that's not a good thing, or some shit, or none of those things are good.
Yeah, get out of here.
Get that out of my face. That's like in Black Widow, where she's
Right.
like the exposition, and she's like, in English, please. Die in a fire. Okay?
Dude.
Nobody in any movie.
Nobody.
Unless they're doing it
Nobody.
background singer Robbie. But like nobody in any film from 1987 on should say anything like, he's right behind me, isn't he? That just happened. That's not good. In English, nerd. Like, get all of that out of here. That's all played out, and it's all trash. It's all garbage. Get it out of here. It's 2025. What are you doing?
Hey, Andy, it's tried and true.
It's tried and boo.
Ooh, very good.
Thanks. But I will spend money and see that movie because I'm a consumer whore.
Oh, yeah, no, me too. Me too.
I like dinosaurs.
Me too. And this time they have Knuckles, the echidna.
Wow. What a
Yeah.
crossover.
I got this Rebel Wilson spy movie called Bride Hard,
Okay.
which is very clearly Die Hard at a wedding. And I don't know if it was genius or stupid to name it Bride Hard. Like, lean into the, hey, it's Die Hard at a wedding. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a stupid or a genius idea.
I didn't see the trailer for that. I've never heard of it, and I will say, I think that's clever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it looks fine. I'm not going to see it, but
No, that's. I mean, I feel like movies like that, they don't get seen in the theater anymore. You know.
but it is nice to see a big box comedy just going straight to theaters, going into the theater, and not just being
Yeah,
a streaming
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I used to go to the movies more often, and I would see like almost everything that piqued my interest even slightly. But like now it's kind of expensive, and I just don't have the time, and I'm an adult, you know. I'm an adult.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Very debatable.
Yeah. Look at this fucking striped shirt. That's a little boy shirt.
It is a little boy shirt.
Yeah.
Very good. Andy's just a little boy.
Little boy, this hat, it's got a little spinny top on it. Oh shit.
Oh no,
By the
it's
way.
taking off.
Yeah.
They played Mission Impossible Final Reckoning twice.
Really?
I don't know why. It was like a trailer, and then they played a short trailer, and I couldn't understand why they did that.
They were different.
No, they had like, the short one had all the same beats, like they were all in the longer one. So like they aired a longer one, maybe like, I don't know, your 2.5 minute trailer. And then right after that, they aired like a 1 minute trailer for the exact same movie.
Strange.
It was strange.
Looks good though.
Yes, it does. I mean, it looks like every Mission Impossible after the second one is going to be good.
I believe so.
I got Predator Badlands. You know? Bruce
Yeah.
Springsteen. Predator Badlands.
Yeah. I did not get that one, but it looks good.
Poor
I've
man
seen
want to
that
be
trailer.
rich. A rich man want to be predator. Who are we kidding? Most rich men are predators.
Hey, Robbie.
Every billionaire's a pedophile.
Yeah, 100%. Except me.
You're not a billionaire.
Ah, that's right. Well,
Notice I only
got-
denied one of those things.
Yes, but I never said I was a pedophile. I said except me. Meaning
Oh,
I'm
that's a good
not.
point.
Yeah, so you could blow it out your sweet, supple behind.
Okay.
Robbie, no, you're gonna have another accident. That would be 2 this morning. I got Fantastic Four.
So did I. That looks fun.
It looks good.
I like the aesthetic of it.
Same. It's very cool. I'm into that.
I also like that they did confirm that she is pregnant in the movie.
Yes, she is pregunto.
They should have wrapped it up.
Wrapped what up?
His pee-pee.
Things.
Oh,
don't
it's
stretch it.
it was the
You know what I'm
same.
saying?
Oh my god. He's like, oh no, the condom broke. You did that intentionally.
Yeah. Well, we also do get a clip of him stretching, and it looks pretty good. It's hard to do that effect.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that effect and like make it look decent.
Yes, that's the problem with that specific power is like it's hard to do the stretchy Armstrong.
It's a very cartoony power.
Yes.
So it's hard to like do that and make it feel like take this seriously. Like,
but it's pretty radical tubular.
It is radical tubular.
I also got Tron Ares with music from 9 Inch Nails. They make a point to say at the end of it, which is pretty cool.
That is cool. Because that last soundtrack was fucking huge.
I've never seen any of the Trons.
Me neither. Maybe we'll cover them for this very podcast.
Ooh, maybe.
I was like, wow, this looks pretty cool. And then they showed Jared Leto, and I was like, nah, never mind.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck, why?
How does that guy keep getting work?
He's a good actor.
He is a good actor, but he's also like a cult leader and all that weird shit.
Dude, how many people in Hollywood are cult leaders?
Just Jared Leto, as far as I know.
No, they're all cult leaders.
And the president of the United States. Hello!
Bing bong!
I'll say anything, Robbie.
This was recorded in 2022.
Wow.
Yeah, so Andy's calling Joe. Anyone who voted for Joe.
This hot and fresh for a movie that comes out in 2025 was recorded in 2022.
This is all guesses.
Yeah, we are spot on, dude.
Yeah, incredible egg. This is off the rails, Andy, so you know what you need to do?
What's that?
You need to tell me what it made this weekend, what it made. Rob, what was that? You're an idiot. You need to tell me what Thunderbolts made this weekend and tell me what its little bird was.
So this is all estimates because we're recording this on a Saturday, and this movie is hot and fresh out the oven, like hot and fresh, like it's scalding.
Yeah.
And ouch!
Just use gloves.
Walla walla bing bang. You know. So the estimated budget is like 180 million to produce and approximately 100 million to market. So let's just say 280 million.
Okay.
Big budget.
That's good math.
Thanks, man.
Mathematics.
Mathematics. Yeah, and they say that the box office this weekend is probably going to be around 70 million.
Pretty good for an opening weekend.
Yeah. I think Marvel's back, baby.
Oh, okay. Andy, you ready to talk about Thunderbolts?
I am, yeah.
Hey, if you're listening, we're talking spoilers about a movie that just came out. You wouldn't listen to this if you didn't want spoilers, but...
Maybe don't click the hot and fresh Thunderbolts movie podcast, you fucking twit.
But it just feels like the right thing to do to warn everybody. Because I'm a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
So basically the story, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, she's going to be impeached. So in an effort to clean up all the evidence, she hires all her mercenaries to kill each other. I really like this plan. Yelena Belova, John Walker, Ghost, and Taskmaster are all hired to kill each other.
Yeah, it's cool.
Taskmaster dies. I think everyone knew that was happening. I mentioned the kids walking into the theater before, but if you really paid attention to anything in this movie or listened to anyone talk about the previews, it was pretty obvious Taskmaster was going to die.
Well, she's not in any of the trailers. Really.
Right. Now, while I wasn't surprised that she died, the way she died was awesome, and it shocked me.
Yeah. And it was pretty just nonchalant.
Yeah, it was out of nowhere.
Wasn't even a big deal.
And they didn't seem to care.
No, because who fucking knows her?
Right.
Like, she's like nobody. And like they talk about it a little bit where Yelena's like, you know, she had a rough life too. It was like, yeah, we all did. That's why we're Thunderbolts.
Exactly.
But I think the character that kills her, Ghost, cool. If she wasn't in this movie, it would be no different.
I think you need someone with an actual superpower that isn't just super strength.
Yeah, and she gets them out of situations, but like,
Right.
I'm talking like character-wise, like she doesn't. She's just there.
Yeah, but that's fine because
Yeah.
there's so many other big personalities.
Yeah, yeah.
As
No,
long as
I don't think she took away. I'm just saying,
right.
not a necessary piece of this movie.
Yeah, but again, she got them in and out of situations. They used her. Like, they used her abilities within the
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
Her character plays her role on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, an invisible lady.
Exactly. Who can only be invisible for a minute.
Yes.
But the fact that Ghost shoots her right between the eyes, and it was just so sudden, because she just appears and bang.
Yeah.
And I
Pretty
do
cool.
like seeing the blood in Taskmaster's mask.
Yeah.
Really
Well,
fun.
even in the beginning, when Yelena jumps off the roof of that building, first off, they're alluding to something there, which is something throughout this movie, which is like, Robbie, believe it or not, this movie's about depression.
It's not real.
The movie or depression?
Both.
Both.
What are we
But,
talking about?
I would even say it's a little heavy-handed, not in a bad way.
Oh,
But
see.
it's like, it is heavy-handed. It's like, hey, this movie is about depression. It's like shaking you by the shoulders.
Yeah. A little
And
bit like,
I
I'm
like
watching, guys. I'm watching.
Yeah, yeah. But like, I think the way they do it, because the villain, the character of Bob, is the embodiment of depression. So it's hard to like tiptoe around it when it's like, no, that's what he is. So it's like, I thought it was really well done. Like, it's very close, in my opinion, to slapping you across the face with it, in a bad way, but it like walks that line where I'm like, nah, this is still good.
That's one of my critiques of the movie, is how heavy-handed they are with some of the dialogue. It's like, I get it. You're showing all these visuals, and Bob's making them see these things from their past. You don't need to fucking hammer it home with the dialogue too.
Yeah, the visuals, though, I will say, excellent.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
But that's why, like, you have the visuals. You don't need to fucking slap me across the face with it. I get it. I'm watching the movie.
But like in the beginning, when she jumps off the roof,
When God
and she's-
created man.
yes, she jumps off the roof, and she's talking about how like bored and
She's just
out
ripping
of
off
it.
across the Spider-Verse.
Yep.
I'm gonna jump backwards off the building. I saw Miles Morales do it.
Yeah, yeah. But she
Is that
does
what you were saying?
No.
Oh.
She does that, and then she like just takes out an entire hallway of dudes. That was cool.
It was cool.
And then at the end, she's like, blam, blam, just fucking murking dudes. And I was like, hell yeah, Marvel's back, baby.
They seemed like back and forth. Like at the beginning, they're like, we're killing. And then for some reason, they seem to like pull back on the killing during the movie.
I think that there's a limit.
There's got to be a limit. I also think it's like, you could kill these soldiers, but you can't kill American soldiers.
Yeah.
You can kill agents. You can't kill American soldiers.
Right. Well, I mean, the action overall is very good.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
into it.
Dave Fontaine basically leads them all into this military base or something as part of her clean out, and her plan is to incinerate the base and anyone who happened to survive it or didn't, to just get rid of the bodies. This is where we meet Bob, and one thing that was very surprising to me is how they really leaned into his meth use.
Yeah.
Now, bullshit, he'd have all his teeth like that.
Yeah, and six-pack abs.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Does that stuff make you grow your teeth back? He'd have meth mouth.
He would have meth mouth.
He'd also have acne.
Yeah. But you know what? He's been in that pod for a long time. Maybe it was
That's true.
rejuvenation or something. I don't know.
Well, that's a question. How long has he been in there for?
Long enough that she forgot about him.
Right? Like, they
Yeah.
just assumed he was dead.
Yeah. And I think that speaks to his entire thing where it's like, you're nothing. And
But, like,
nobody ever cares about you.
all these other subjects died. Where are their bodies? Did you actually get rid of their bodies? But for some reason, this other guy, you're just like, all right, well, here's a dead body. We're just going to leave.
Well, I think it was because he survived it.
But they said they thought he was dead.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a loose thread.
But it is just shocking that how many times, like, I did meth. I was a meth addict.
Yeah.
2 + 2 is 4. No, meth.
Yeah. No, he's good. I don't know. I forget his name.
Louis
You know his
Pullman.
name?
It's Bill Pullman's son.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Looks just
He's
like
very
him.
good. Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah, he does.
He was very good. There's one part in this movie, and I will get to it, that I was like, that's very bad. And it's a nitpick.
I agree. And I'm thinking it might be the same part.
I don't know, because I'm nitpicking. I'm so nitpicking when we get to it.
Okay.
They show the effect that his childhood trauma had on him with this meth addiction. I think that's really cool. I think they kind of copped out a little bit when later on, Dave Fontaine's, or was it Dave Fontaine? I think so. She's like, and I knew about what your father did. And he's like, you don't mention that. But then it was just your typical, oh, the father abuses the mother type of stuff.
Yeah, but I think it's good that they leave it ambiguous because it could be. Now it leaves it up to you, like, oh, what's the fucking worst thing that could have happened to this guy, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have liked them to, like, tell us a little more, because they literally show him, like, get away from mom.
Right, but if you, like, when they do show that, he's like, this room's not so bad. So, like, this is the least of his trauma, you know? And that's why
But he's looking
to
into
stay
a
there.
different room when they see the abuse. He's not in the room with the abuse.
Right. But he's saying, like, this scenario is the least traumatic out of all the scenarios.
No, I don't remember him saying that about that one.
No, that's like what, because he's saying, like, this one's not so bad. That's why I stayed here.
He said the room is not so bad.
Right. But, like,
but that's in another room. Like,
right, but I'm saying, like, any other room that he goes in, like,
listen, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, I would have liked to see his father do something a little more evil. And yes, spousal abuse is a horrible thing. But, like, we've seen in movies before the kid being like, leave mom alone. Show me this dude doing something heinous. Show me this dude killing a kid or something.
Okay.
You know, especially because the way he acted when he was like, don't bring that up, is like, oh my God, did his dad molest him or something?
I don't know.
And then it was just like, oh, I've seen that in movies before. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, again, bad, but again, it wasn't the reaction I was expecting. Based on his reaction, I was expecting it to be something different. Because, like, from what his dad doesn't pull out a gun and shoot his mom.
Yeah.
You know, like, give me something a little more traumatic. Because even later on, when we see Dave Fontaine's, like, she watches her dad get murdered. You know, Yelena led a little girl to get murdered.
Yeah.
Like, we see them do actively horrible things. And I think that's another thing for me is, like, Bob references, like, I've done horrible things. But we don't really see these horrible things. And, like, it looks like one of them is just he accidentally made people disappear during his surgery or whatever, his procedure.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, let's get a little shot of him in Malaysia doing something bad. Maybe we see him rob somebody. Maybe we see him kill somebody.
Right.
You know, maybe, he's a drug addict. Maybe he hurt somebody in some way, a high driving accident or something. Because we don't, everyone's supposed to have this evil in them based on the things they've done. And while he says that, all we've seen is what's been done to him.
Sure, making him more sympathetic.
And like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, but like, don't have him be like, I did something bad, I did a bad thing. Like, what did you do?
He spun a sign.
Right? Like, it's like, okay. He's like, and then I went to Malaysia, and I was like, is it like sex tourism? Is that what you did?
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty, well, that's what I was expecting. I don't know why this whole movie, I was expecting them to be awful people, like real awful people.
By the way, Malaysia.
Very good.
Thank you. I mean, I liked Bob, and
Oh, me too.
I liked the darkness in this movie, and I think because there's kind of a dour darkness overall feel, I think the humor is less shitty in this.
I agree. I didn't think the humor was bad at all. I got a few legitimate laughs in this.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the fact that Bob looks at John Walker and is like, so you're just an asshole.
Yeah. Well,
And
he
I was
like laughs. He's like, "You're Captain America." He's like, "Yeah, but you're an asshole."
Yeah. Like
that's
I
good.
loved that. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you notice throughout the movie, like, especially at the end when the void, like, it doesn't kill them, it just traps them. So, like, they get trapped behind debris. John Walker's the only one who gets stabbed.
Yeah.
And I think that's because he was such a dick in the beginning. And the void remembers. The void's like, fuck you.
Yeah. And it's right through him too. So he's stuck there.
Yeah, that's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah. What did you think of their plan to escape this little area? When they all like help
that big tube that they're stuck in.
Yeah.
Okay, I liked it. Made me think of The Emperor's New Groove.
Okay. Okay, I see that. I thought it went on a tad too long. Like,
see, I liked all this because it's
they're working
characterizing
together as a
everyone.
team.
Yeah, and it's like letting everybody know like who these people are, and like John Walker's a dick. Ghost is no one because she's the only one who doesn't get vision. Everybody else gets a vision.
I'll tell you why she doesn't get a vision.
Why?
We've seen her backstory. They didn't feel like there was no point. And if you watched Ant-Man and the Wasp, you know Ghost's backstory. That's why they kept saying, like, lab baby.
Yeah. Odds are you don't, because nobody remembers that movie, because what even happened in that movie?
Okay. Lawrence Fishburne was in it.
Yep.
That's what I remember.
Previous episode, check it out.
But I think that's why they didn't do that, is because they covered her backstory a lot already in a previous movie, and it would just be backtracking. Yeah.
I mean, they covered Yelena's too.
Yeah, but at least we saw they had something new to give us.
Yeah.
You know, because we didn't see her, like, that was the first mission in the Red Room, and that shit is dark. And it's also, Yelena's the star of this movie.
Yes.
Because Red Guardian doesn't get a vision either.
That's true. But he's, like, almost strictly comic relief.
I think he's better in this than he was in Black Widow.
100% egregious.
I think David Harbour and as Red Guardian is really, really fun in this.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, go ahead. Yelena's like all mad at him. She's like, you haven't spoken to me in over a year. It's like, you know, phones work two ways, Yelena.
Classic family.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't be yelling at him for not calling you when you didn't call him either.
That's very typical
women.
Nope. Oh, Robbie, you're gonna kill me. It's typical, like, depressed people who are sad, like, oh, nobody's reaching out to me, and I'm not gonna reach out to anybody because I don't think anybody wants to talk to me.
But then you can't scream at someone.
No, I agree. But it's the human way. And I like the conversation they have later, where, like, in the streets of New York. And I also like that in this movie, they're just walking around the streets of New York, like, in full getup, and nobody's really batting an eye. They're
At
just
this
like,
point, how could you
hey,
bat
it's
an eye
another
if you saw-
disaster.
Yeah,
Another disaster in New York. This is Marvel Town.
that's it. That's it. Like, you see people in costumes, you're like, all right, it makes sense to me in this universe. I get it.
Yeah. Or you see people in costumes like, some shit's about to go down. Oh my god! I just want to get a sandwich at the deli down the corners.
Please be a con. Please be a con. Please be a
Yeah.
con. Please be a con. What
But,
a
like,
different universe we'd live in. Because here we're like, please don't have a con. Please don't have a con. Please
Yeah.
don't have a con.
Oh, it's gonna back up traffic.
Oh,
my
God.
But like, the conversation they have where she's like, "You didn't call. Like for a year, I didn't hear from you," and he's like, he says, "I didn't think you wanted to hear from me," and she's like, "Well, I did." So like, that's a good scene, and it's like she's saying, "I'm sad," and he's saying like, "Me too. I didn't think anybody wanted to hear from me. I'm a piece of shit." And it's like they're both like, "But we need each other." And that's like the whole movie is like, yeah, everybody feels this sadness. Everybody has the void. But like we can get through it together. And will it work every time? No. But like, hey, give it a fucking shot, you know? And I liked it.
It's all a ruse. Friendship is all a ruse, Andy.
All right.
It's all a ruse to turn your back on somebody.
It's all a rip-a-roos.
Yep. Jumping on TNT crates.
Yep. And maybe Nitro. Look out.
Oh, no. When Dave Fontaine's men light Bob up, he comes back to life, flies into the sky, and then plummets and destroys everything within a half-mile radius.
Yeah, is this the strongest Marvel character ever?
Yes, it seems like it, because it's supposed to be like the strengths and powers of like everybody, I guess. Better done than in Secret Invasion.
I didn't even watch. I
was
saw the
awful.
first episode.
Awful.
Yeah. Because he bends the shield, which is vibranium, and nobody has done anything like that.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was wild, and I like how.
Is John
Even-
Walker's shield also vibranium?
I believe so.
I genuinely don't know.
I like how in like the post credits, which is like 14 months later, he still has the shield and it's
Yeah.
still bent. That's fucking hysterical.
Because he can't unbend it.
But like
Just
Sentry
stuck.
can.
Yeah. Well, he's not the Sentry. He doesn't want to clink into his powers.
That's true. That's true because you can't have one without the other.
When
You know.
when they are trying to escape that little like silo thing, and John Walker jumps, he jumps pretty fucking high. I don't know. I'd imagine he was able to grab onto that thing.
Well, we don't know how long they were shuffling up.
That's an outrageous amount of time to be walking like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the core strength.
I mean,
Your
the
thighs would be on
superheroes.
fire.
I think Bob's would be. I think everyone else would probably be not feeling it.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'd all be feeling it except
Yeah.
maybe John Walker.
That's true.
He's got the super serum injected directly into his bungus.
That's weird. That's very
Isn't
weird.
it? I
Yeah.
thought it was a weird thing to add in the MCU.
Yeah, that was strange. But hey, they did it.
They
did
had like
it.
a press conference and everything. It was weird.
Kevin Feige's like, we are injecting this in to Wyatt Russell's butt. They're like, wait, what?
And he's like, "You're what?" He wasn't briefed.
Well, he was wearing briefs.
Hey.
Bucky is now a member of Congress, and he's been on to Dave Fontaine's plan from the beginning. He winds up like taking in the team after like taking out Dave Fontaine's men. But what's weird is he doesn't seem to believe them at first. Like they're trying to explain everything to Bucky, and he's like, I don't know, until he gets the call from Dave Fontaine's assistant Mel or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
If you're on to Dave Fontaine from the beginning, why wouldn't you be like, all right, I'll take your
this all
word
checks
for
out.
it. Yeah, like, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, his character I think is the second most useless character. 'Cause I mean, he's really just a plot device.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, he does some Terminator shit, and that's cool.
He looks badass on that motorcycle, dude.
Yeah, he does all the Terminator stuff, like with the gun, he's reloading. I was like,
Yeah,
that's cool.
it's cool as shit.
Yeah.
You know what? He doesn't really do much except for cool shit. And in a
Yeah.
team like this, you just need a cool guy, and that's
Yeah.
he's the cool guy.
And he looks good.
Yeah.
He looks good.
It's
My
great.
wife's like, Bucky's in this? Hell yeah. I was like, you
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Bucky!
Uh-oh.
I stood up in the theater. I said, Bucky!
And you turned
Somebody
into
threw a knife
Bob's
at me.
dad. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dave Fontaine turns Bob into the Sentry. I'm going to be totally honest. If Julia Louis-Dreyfus sat on a bed with me and called me Robert with those eyes, I'd fold. My knees would be
Like an
buckling.
omelet.
Yeah. Knees would be swashbuckling like a pirate. Plunder Colts.
Your knees just swinging from a rope with a sword in its mouth.
Yeah, exactly. I would absolutely be like, yes, mommy.
She's like, that's not the vibe I'm putting down here.
It's like, yeah, well, it did it for me.
It's the vibe I'm picking up.
Exactly. Just like the way they were, him and Yelena Belova were like flirting, it seemed like at one point, and I was like, I'm really glad they didn't go into a romance, because that movie didn't need it. Because there was a point it was like, ooh, are they getting a little like boo boo doo boo 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 boo, which is like romancy in my words.
I don't think they were. I think it was more she was just being kind. She's trying to turn her life around, and she's like, I'm gonna try this kindness thing out.
I think my problem is I don't understand human connection.
Well, they connect at the genitals.
Oh, they do? Okay.
That's human connection.
I do understand the Navi connection with their little tendrils in their hair.
Ah, previous episode, Avatar. Check it out.
Given hair jobs.
Hey.
What do you think of...
Talk about blue balls.
Oh. What do you think of the Sentry suit when he finally gets the Sentry suit and they dye his hair blonde?
I like it because it's comic accurate.
It is. I was really hoping it, for some reason, he just burst and his hair changed naturally. I didn't know why they had to dye the hair.
I think that's also a comic thing. Like when he's the good guy, he's blonde, and when he's the bad guy, he's black haired.
When he's Dark Link.
Yeah, when he's Dark Link. When he's Dark Link Duck.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, what a crossover.
But it's Disney. Is Darkwing Duck Disney? I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
It's gotta
be.
But
I think so.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like, I don't understand why it was a dye job, but I did like that leads to the argument. He goes, well, the hair. She's like, it's just hair. And he's like, well, no, you didn't give me a choice.
Yeah. And I did like how immediately she's kind of dumb, and all of her plans are like very off the cuff and like haphazard, because she's just like, oh, I had a conversation with him and he's on my side now. It's like,
yeah,
what are you doing? You're putting all your eggs in this basket.
Well, I
Man's
think
unstable.
Who is it? Is it Mel or whoever says the line like, you give the super soldier serum someone to like Steve Rogers and you get Captain America, but you gave a super soldier serum to someone this unstable. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Right. And I did like how she's like, oh, you're just going to do whatever I say. And he's like, why would I do that?
I'm a
and
god.
She's like, shit.
Well, he goes, I'm a god. And she goes, okay, I think you're throwing the term god a little loosely. He goes, well, you said I'm stronger than all the Avengers. And wasn't one of them a god? And I'm like, he got you.
Yeah.
He got you.
That's the thing. Bob's not dumb.
No.
He's just sad. Yeah. He's a sad guy.
Which, you know what? Which means you're smart. Because if you're dumb, you're happy.
Yeah. Never seen a sad, dumb guy.
I lost my train of thought.
I am a sad, dumb guy.
Yeah. Eventually, Bob goes full Dark Link after he beats the piss out of all the Thunderbolts. Speaking of the name Thunderbolts, what do you think of how they got the name in this? I was really expecting it to be about Thunderbolt Ross, and it had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I like it. It was kind of cute, you know?
It was cute.
Yeah, and I like, honestly, I know I'm talking shit about Ghost a lot, but after a while, the only lines that Ghost has is, hey, we're the Thunderbolts. You just keep saying it. It's like, all right, is there any other reason you're here, Ghost? Like, you're cool, but why do you served your purpose. You opened that door. Like, 7 scenes ago. Why don't you kick rocks? Why don't you get
She
out of
goes-
here?
She goes, sorry guys, I'm going through a phase. And she phases out.
Yeah. And they're like, well, we never saw her again.
Oh my gosh, she's gone.
And nobody really cared. Nobody really cared.
Well, nobody would care if these people died until the end because literally they mention Taskmaster like one more time, but for the most part they don't give a shit that she's gone.
Nah, because she was also nothing.
She
A waste of a cool character.
She had one line in this movie. She's like, "I'm not here for you." It's like, oh no,
yeah.
that's it.
And then blam, dead. Okay.
We also talked about the super soldier serum briefly. I really enjoyed when Red Guardian asks Bucky, because he really loves that he's working with the Winter Soldier. He loves the Winter Soldier, and he asks him, which serum did you get? And Hydra, ooh, fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, it does make sense that he would love
Oh,
the
yeah.
Winter Soldier. He's a Soviet hero. you
Yeah.
know?
I like the chemistry between Bucky and Red Guardian. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I actually think the whole cast has pretty good chemistry together.
I agree. I'm excited to see more, honestly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I thought the reveal of the asterisk being that they're actually the new Avengers. I like that.
Yes, that was really cool.
That was a really cool plan on Fontaine's part, was like, or Dave Fontaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she will bitch you
Yes.
out for that. We saw that in the hearing.
Yes. And that was cool too.
Yeah.
But-
her grandstanding at the hearing, incredible.
Yes. Very
Very
very,
politician.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, very, very, very. Well,
Yeah,
that's very, 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 very much from her time on Veep.
Oh yeah.
You know, doing the political stuff. So it works.
Yeah. But I like how she like leads them to a press conference where she's like, "Oh, these are the Avengers," and they're like,
Well, Yelena goes, "We own you."
"Yeah," and she gives it a little like scowl. She's like, "Oh,
That's great.
yeah, it's good stuff." And I like that Marvel. I think Marvel is, what's the word?
A juggernaut.
Sure, but also they are right now we're in the midst of like a scramble
Yeah.
where they're like, we have to get to the Avengers so people like us again, and we can make another $1 billion.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So like at the end of this, it's like 14 months later. So they've been Avengers for 14 months, and we learned that Sam Wilson
Yeah.
is also creating the Avengers, which was hinted at the end of that movie. Previous episode, check it out. And I like that, and then we get a little Phantasmic Four tease.
I cannot wait for the next Avengers movie to be all about copyright law.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, he's already filed for the copyright. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. He's like, I put a Z at the end.
But like,
Like, all right.
the idea that Sam Wilson bought the copyright implies, like, I know people wear like Avengers merch and superhero merch in this universe, but I like the idea that implies that is official Avengers merchandise. Like, these are sold by the Avengers. It's like, I don't know, that comes across as a little scummy, guys.
Ain't that America? It's in his name, Captain America. So I mean, yeah, I think it's also like a brand thing, like not just marketing, but like, hey, you guys are scummy, and the Avengers shouldn't be scummy. So, you know, even though they are good guys,
Yeah.
and by the end of this, they're good guys. But also, if you think about it, whoever Sam Wilson gets on his team, the new Avengers are actually far stronger because they have Sentry. No matter what.
If he actually can, you know, do
Right.
stuff. But I'm
But
sure
that's
they would never imagine the rest of these movies. He's never Sentry again. It's just a really powerful dude reading in the corner.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. This movie, because the past several Marvel movies, they like leave open loose threads that are like nobody really cares about.
Right.
And this one, I feel I care about. I'd like to see what happens with Sentry.
Yeah,
I'd like to see
me
what
too.
happens with Yelena and all these people. Except Ghost, I really don't care.
I
You haven't
think
made me care about it.
a few of these characters are gonna start dying off in these upcoming movies. There's no doubt about that. I think Bucky eventually is gonna go. I mean, Sebastian Stan's been doing this since 2011.
Yeah.
I think Red Guardian, you're not gonna have David Harbour forever. One thing I really did like is you could tell the reshoots, and was David Harbour's beard real as Red Guardian?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm thinking it is, and during the reshoots, he was like, I'm not growing the beard back out. That's why, like, in one scene, he has a mustache, and another scene, he has a goatee.
Well, those were time skips.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just thinking, like, you know, in everything we've seen him so far, he's had the full beard, and now he's shaved it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's been 14 months.
I would also have been standing in front of the Wheaties box,
Yeah.
pointing out. I like that. I was like, that's relatable. I would absolutely do that.
Well, that's another thing is in the beginning, she's like, when were you happy? And he was like, honestly, when I was like doing hero shit.
Yeah.
It was like, I felt like a god.
In his
And
mind,
now, like-
he's always been a hero.
Right. But like the Russian government only had him do that for like propaganda, and then they have him kill people, like in a bad way. So like he's saying the only time this felt good was when I was actually doing cool, like nice things. And he's like, your sister, she was on to something when she went to the hero out, and she was like, ah. I like that. I liked all that. I liked, and I like how, yeah, he's a funny, goofy character, but like, this is what he wanted. He wants to be the guy in the Wheaties box that people look up to. Like, that's what he wants, and now he has it, and that's great. Good for him.
The lady just puts the box back down.
Yeah. That's the thing, that the comedy in this was pretty good. It was good. This is Marvel. I don't even think this is back to basics. I think this is just good.
Yeah, this was a good movie.
Yeah, and it's like it didn't seem that hard. It didn't seem like there were a lot of cooks in the kitchen in this one. It seemed like one guy or girl had a team, and they were like, this is their vision, let's execute this vision, and they did it, and it's good. So like maybe Marvel learned something from that, huh?
Yeah. I really liked the Void stuff.
Same. I thought it was excellent.
I wish these people were dying. I guess I'm asking too much. That scene with the little girl, incredible. When Red Guardian saves her and then she immediately disappears into a shadow. I was like literal gasps in the theater when that happened.
Yeah. And when that happened, I was like, okay, well, I know that all these people are disappearing. They're not really dead because they didn't just kill a kid.
Yeah.
But that being said, they kill a kid several times in this movie in Yelena's flashback.
Yes, they do.
I'm wrong.
Yeah, so like they would do it.
Yeah. Also, all the stuff, like even U.S. Agents one where he grabs Bob's hand.
Yeah.
And it shows him just being a dick, absentee father type deal. And then later we find out his wife took the daughter and left.
Yeah.
And like he's just a fucking dick. And throughout this movie, he's like, man, when I'm a dick, people leave me. So maybe if I stop being a dick, it's good. I like him. Also, Wyatt Russell, great.
He's so good.
Great. Yeah. And
it's also when they laugh at him when he jumps. It's like, okay, I'd like to see any of you try jumping that high.
You know what I thought was very funny was when they're talking about their guns, and he's like, yeah, I got the long barrel. And the two ladies are like, it's a long barrel, huh? Pretty long barrel.
Very thick.
Yeah, it's pretty long. Yeah. It's like, they're like, this guy's got a little dick. I like that. I liked all that stuff.
You can relate to a little dick.
Oh, yeah. Tenfold, Robbie.
Oh, my God. The Void stuff
I have 10 folds in my little dick.
Oh, my gosh. I'll just unfold it, Andy.
I can't. I folded it too much.
Oh, it's stuck. The Void stuff, because it's also something we haven't seen before, and like just watching people disappear is legitimately scary. And like the guy on the helicopter.
Yeah, and the sound, there's like when it happens, a deep thud, but it's also like muted and muffled. It's very good, and the imagery of him just being completely like not even black, like the absence of color.
Yeah, he
It's,
just
like,
kind
so
of has
dark.
eyes.
And just the glowy yellow eyes. It's like, this is really good imagery.
Now, here's my nitpick. Lewis Pullman starts beating the shit out of Dark Link.
Yeah.
Those punches look terrible.
Those punches did look bad.
They looked fucking... I'm sorry. You need to stop him and say, let's work on throwing some punches here.
Yeah. I think also, I really like how while he's punching him, the darkness is overtaking him.
Yeah.
That was very cool. And I really like how, yeah, it's the power of friendship, and we've seen it a billion times, but...
They all hug the guy.
Yeah, but, like, I felt something. Like, when they all did that, I was like, wow, this is good. This is a good movie. Because, like, you know, again, it's very heavy-handed. It's very ham-fisted, which is a term... Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Got a ham in my
fisting
fist.
hams.
Yeah. But, like, you know, everybody hugs him, and it's like, we're here for you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's good. But my nitpick was when he is choking DeFontaine against the wall, and there's a moment where the camera is on his face, and he's got like a real try-hard, like, I'm a mean guy look. And I was like, they should have edited that in some capacity. That's my nitpick. But I agree with you, those punches were weak. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, come on, guys. It's the climax of the movie. You gotta have good-looking punches.
Yeah. But, you know, other than those nitpicks, I thought this was a fantastic watch. This is a good movie.
Yeah, I thought this was good. I'm not gonna say great. I thought this was really good.
I would say great. I would go as far as to say this is great. This is like what we've wanted. Is like new and different good Marvel. Not same old formulaic bullshit ass Marvel. And while this still does use the Marvel formula, it's good.
You know, I think
Like,
the reviews are hyping it way too much, like saying it's a game changer and stuff. It's like, no, it just put pieces in place and makes sense.
yes. Also, as far as post credits go, this is excellent post credits.
Yes, because they weren't just jokes.
No, it was funny, but it was also, oh, check out the next thing.
We also didn't get introduced to a character that we don't know if we're ever gonna see again.
Right.
Which they've done before.
So many times. Dude, where's Harry Styles?
Yeah. Where's Charlize Theron?
Where's Blade?
Yeah. So, like, yeah, these are good, but, like, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's, like, the bare minimum, but, like, you made a good movie. And it's like, you made a good movie after making a bunch of movies that were bad to okay.
Right.
And I think that is part of the reason this one looks so much better in comparison. Is like, okay, this is a diamond in the rough, so to speak. Like,
Right.
Yeah, this is
like in the last two phases, there's more mid than good.
right, and it's like,
You know?
this is very good. If I
Yep.
watch this against Iron Man, like, or one of the Guardians of the Galaxy, like, it's again, it's good. You know, I'd even say very good, but I don't know. I wouldn't say great.
Okay. I mean, I think that this, I like the marketing. One of the things I saw on like Instagram is it's like critics are saying Thunderbolts is return to form is great, and there's a clip of Yelena saying like, "Oh, thanks, we needed that."
Yeah.
It's like, that's funny. That's funny
Oh,
that
yeah.
Marvel's like, yeah, man, we need a win at this point. Please see our good movie. This is a good one, we swear.
Yeah, we promise. We promise.
Yeah. I think that this will reinvigorate some, and I think if Fantastic Four is good, I think they're good to go.
That's what this all hinges on. Fantastic Four needs to be good.
So does Avengers.
Yes,
And-
but we have to get there first.
I think that Avengers is going to be a reset. It's going to be like a Marvel. They're going to keep all the stuff, all the contracts, the people who want to stick around, they're going to keep them. The things that work, they're going to keep it. And then everything else is going to be like probably X-Men type stuff.
Yeah, probably.
But, you know, I'm looking forward to it. Even the bad Marvel movies, I'm like, these aren't so. I mean,
No, there's
covered a
some
lot.
really bad ones.
but like if you compare them to like bad superhero movies and like DC movies, like they're really not that bad.
I don't see. I think it's hard to really compare them though, because like Marvel had a track record and a formula, and then it blew it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it basically cannibalized itself. Whereas like when these movies were first being made, you know, when older DC and Marvel movies were being made, like they didn't know what they were doing. They were throwing shit at a wall to see what stuck.
Yeah, and
like,
I think it proves that they never truly knew what they were doing.
Right. I mean, but that's why, at the very least, you got different styles.
Yes, and that's something that's great about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, there's so many different directors and styles and characters and all this stuff, and then like.
But even in the MCU, they don't take advantage of their different directors and styles, because they have everything so laid out that, like, if you get a director like Sam Raimi in Multiverse of Madness, it's like you could do A, B, and C, and that's it. You don't get to throw in, you know what I mean? It's like, no, let him just do his thing.
Yeah, and I think they're starting to do that, because I even think Sam Raimi was like, they told me I could do whatever I want.
That's what he says in public.
Right. But, I mean, I don't know. I think they're still learning, and that's cool. I think they should be a little more hands-off when it comes to creativity. Like, you know, let the people let them cook, you know?
I think, yeah, that, and I also think they shouldn't announce a bunch of shit years in advance.
No, it's just to build hype, and a lot of times that shit doesn't even come to fruition.
Which makes it fucking stupid to do.
It does, yeah, but it's marketing, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I understand, but like, when you have movies that are already almost done, then you start advertising that shit. Hype that shit up.
Yeah, also, if you like shadow drop something, you know the hype that'll build around that?
Right, like, no one, I don't know, because a lot of times these movies come out and people are already, like we said, it's like before, I said a lot of this hinges on Fantastic Four, and like you said, Endgame. Well, that's part of the problem, is so many people are already looking past Fantastic Four.
Right.
And it's like, well, and I think part of the problem is because Superman comes out like 2 weeks after it or something like that.
Right. And that's the other thing. I'm excited for whatever James Gunn's got going on.
I'm more excited for Superman than I am for Fantastic Four.
Same. But as a comic book reader and lover, I'm excited for all of it. Like, I don't want superhero stuff to stop because of their bloat, you know? Like, I want it to just have it be another genre of movie. It doesn't have to be a $1 billion thing every time, you know? Like,
well, that's the thing. DC and Marvel are going to keep doing $1 billion things every time.
Right. They got to please the shareholders.
What we need is more Sony Marvel movies.
Yep. We need Spider-Man adjacent movies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need that El Muerto movie.
Yep. Cowards.
Come on, Bad Bunny, do it.
Yeah. But should we go to Letterboxd for Thunderbolts Asterisk, the new Avengers?
Andy, I think we should go to Thunderbolts. I think we should go to Letterboxd for Thunderbolts Asterisk.
Yeah.
I'm popping on over there.
Robbie, I would say this is a 4-star movie.
I was going to say 3.5.
Okay. Should we fight in a parking lot?
No, we shouldn't do that.
Okay.
It's 3.8 currently on Letterboxd.
Okay.
I like 3.5. Again, I think it was good, not great. I think a lot of it is propped up for a lot of people because of how piss poor and meh a lot of the Marvel movies have been. Like, at least this didn't have any of the horrendous CGI or distracting backgrounds that Brave New World did.
Yeah.
Like, this movie at least looked good for the most part.
You know, the part that we talked about in Brave New World with the poppies?
Yeah.
That was filmed on location.
Then why does it look shit?
Why? I don't... What happened? They get like a bad camera or something? What's going on?
Like, I don't know. I just want to say I don't believe that because it looks shit.
Well, it's like in Indiana Jones 4, previous episode, check it out. That jungle scene, when they're racing through the jungle, was on location. But it looks like it's on a soundstage.
It looks shit.
Why are you making good things look bad?
I don't know. They got to make
Hollywood.
it look more cartoony, I guess.
I guess. I don't know. Well, I think this is better than 3.5. I think this is 4. But, you know, I don't have the account, okay?
Well, you have access to it.
I do.
But I don't have it.
Hey, listen, I've said it before. We could start our own accounts.
We could.
You know, I'll go 4, even though it's like a 4 with an asterisk. In fact, I'm going to write that.
That's pretty good, Robbie. That's pretty good.
Good movie, 4 with an asterisk, because it's really 3.5.
Robanzo beans.
What? It's really 3.5. We're just appeasing Andy's engorged ego.
I got something engorged.
Oh boy. That's what I wrote. Oh, it says engorged who? No, engorged ego.
Me.
Silly goose. All right, well, we've given it 4 stars on Letterboxd. Follow us on Letterboxd at The Roids Band.
Yeah.
Andy, do you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I wrote a song.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
It is nuts. I watched this movie and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write a thong.
Thong.
I also have a pick to flip.
Flip that shit, Robbie.
Did you? I'm assuming you wrote a song also.
Oh, yeah. Tails.
It's Tails.
What kind of song you got?
Yeah, rock and roll.
Cool.
What about you?
I got like a moody little riff, because this is a moody little movie.
Moody little riff.
Yeah. Got a lot of major 7 chords, you know.
Very cool.
I'll go first.
Cool.
My song's called The Void with an asterisk because I already have a song called The Void that I wrote for Toy Story 3. So this one's called The Void asterisk.
It actually says The Noid. It's about pizza.
It's about the pizza guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's about depression, which, believe it or not, this movie is about. It's pretty hard to tell. Not a lot of people know that, Robbie.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, it's called The Void asterisk, and it goes a little something like this. Every day is the same. Nothing ever changes. That was my song called "The Void Asterisk."
That was a moody little riff.
Yeah, a little Moody Judy. You
I
know.
dug it.
Thanks.
Very
I recorded
indie.
it. Thanks. Thank you. I recorded it on using my vintage SG.
Very cool.
Uh, it's tuned to D standard
Ah.
because I was sick and I kind of lost my voice, so I figured lower tuning's probably going to be easier. So I played it in the C position, which makes it a B flat.
Whoa.
Huh. But
Whoa.
uh, yeah, just Moody Little Judy about Moody Judy movie.
Nice.
Thanks, man. Uh, what about your song, Robbie?
My song is called For the Glory. It's also riff based, and it's about Thunderbolts asterisk. There's no asterisk in the title of my song, but my song does go like this. We got friends in high places. We're a team of the brand new aces. People think of us as a group of misfits. If you look past us, then you're a dipshit. We got the strength and nothing to lose. I finally got a reason to give up the booze. One day they'll be proud of me when I become the person I'm supposed to be. We're a group, we're a gang, we're a team. Do it for the fame, do it for glory. Losers, outcasts, misfits, villains, failures, fuck-ups, ready and willing, mercenaries, murderer, con men, thieves, congressmen with a metal sleeve, a Russian spy, a fake captain, a past that is full of sin. The void is calling as darkness falls. We're looking for a safe space for us all. We're a group, we're a gang, we're a team. Do it for the fame, do it for glory. Losers, outcasts, misfits, villains, call us what you want, cause we're ready and willing. Failures, fuck-ups, mercenaries, thieves, they're not as good as the previous team. We've got friends in high places. I'm the face of the brand new aces, a Russian hero, a true captain. We'll do whatever it takes to win. We're a group, we're a gang, we're a team. Do it for the fame, do it for glory. Thunderbolts. That was my song called For the Glory.
I like that. I like the riff, but I like a weird guitar solo, like like the notes were like out of tune, but it was cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it. And then the echo was like it was echoing, but then it was like not.
Yeah,
That
it
was
did
cool.
something slightly different on one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Thank
it.
you.
I like
Thanks. Yeah.
it. Very cool.
Really not much to say. It's just about the movie Thunderbolts, and they're a team of villains all brought together.
Yeah.
They're doing it for glory. They're doing it for fame. They're doing it because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
you know what this movie did really well was having the heroes rescue innocent bystanders.
Yes. Yep. We don't get
Superhero
that
movies
enough.
don't do that. They don't do it anymore. And it
It's a
was cool.
shame.
There were a couple where it was like Yelena, she sees a truck heading for a lady who's standing in the middle of the street, and she like jumps a car to
Mhm.
move her out of the way. It's like, lady, move, get out of the fucking way. What are you standing in the middle of the street for? But yeah, this is good stuff. I liked your song.
Thank you.
Robbie, tell the good people what we got going on next episode.
The next episode, this coming Monday, Final Destination.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. It's coming out this week.
Why are you questioning me?
I was thinking this is coming out in 2 weeks like all the other ones.
No, this is hot and fresh, Andy.
I'm a fool. I'm a fool, everyone.
Yeah, Final Chestination. Ba 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 boo ba boo ba boo ba boo ba. All right, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Roids Band. Send us an email at roidsreview@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.com. What do you think of that, Andy? Wherever you're listening to us, give us a 5-star rating and review.
Yeah. Did you tell him about the socials?
I did. I just did. I was gonna tell you to tell them about the music.
Oh, okay.
You got to learn to
All right.
listen, Andy.
I had a little brownout.
Yeah,
Not
I
quite a
noticed.
blackout. I didn't pass out. but
You
a
just
little
shit your
brownout,
pants.
Yeah, I just shit my pants. The music, you go to Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, wherever you get your music. Jamding, and you search the Roids, and you will find a bunch of songs, bunch of collections, bunch of albums, bunch of EPs. If you want everything, you go to theroids.bandcamp.com, and you will find everything, including guest songs, bonus songs, everything. And that's cool. A lot of people talking about it. What really helps us is word of mouth. So tell your friends, share, if you like it, share it,
Word of the South, yeehaw.
That is the word of the South,
Mhm.
the official word of the South.
They had to change it. And then
They sure did. Tell your friends. We appreciate you listening. Leave a 5-star review, like Robbie said. Check it all. All those songs are on YouTube as well. Check that out.
they had to change it because of that damn Lyndon B. Johnson.
Yep. Next week, what Robbie said, Final Destination. Check that out, and we'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.